As the bunny graphed more and more lines, it noticed a few things. It noticed that the number in front of the x, these are different equations. That's 3 different equations. These were 3 different lines. It noticed when there was a 1 in front of the x, a positive 1, as it went right, it went up at the exact same angle, 45-degree angle. Boom. When there was a 2, it noticed that it went twice y for x, so it was steeper. 3 was even steeper, and so on and so forth. So as this number got larger, it got steeper. As it got smaller, like if we did y equals 1/2 x, then for every 2 x's you hopped, it would only get 1 taller. So the bunny would have to hop twice to the right to get its carrot. Now sometimes it noticed whenever there was a negative, it was opposite. So this, you'd have to go to the left to get carrots that were out of the ground. And it would get steeper still, and even more steep, but it just went the other way, right? And again, if we had y equals negative 1/2 x, then this is not as steep, and you would hop to the left to go up. Or if you hop to the right, it would go down. So the bunny decided that this number right here was like an M. It was like a multiplier. It was like a magnitude of how steep. The bigger the number, the more magnitude of the steep. M is the slope. That's how steep it is. So M equals slope. The reason that, well, let's talk more about slope. So M is the magnitude of the slope. If you have a flat line, there's no slope, so M would equal 0. M equals slope of 0. Slope of 0 is perfectly flat. Nothing's going on there in terms of slope. Now, if you want to get a little tiny bit of slope, we'll do negative on this side. If our slope is negative 1/10 or positive 1/10, positive 1/10 is going to be going up just a tiny little bit. So you'd have to hop 10 times to the right to go up 1. This is negative, so you'd have to hop 10 times to the right to go down 1, or you could hop left 10 times to go up 1. Okay, let's go to 1/2. So if our slope's negative 1/2, it's going downhill, kind of like that. And if it's positive, it's going to go up. Now, we talked about M equal to negative 1 and M equal to 1. That's a 45-degree angle. It is equal. So however far you're going, left or right, you're going the same amount up or down. And then you get steeper. So let's go M equals negative 10. So negative 10 is a super steep line. We're talking for every 1 hop, the carrot's going up 10, which the bunny's happy about. Now what's the biggest number you can think of? Whatever number you can think of, there's always one bigger. You could always add 1. Or add your 2 numbers together, or multiply your numbers to get bigger and bigger numbers. So there's no such thing as the biggest number. Now you may say infinity, but infinity is not a number, because in a sense you could always add 1 to it and get something bigger. So it's not a set number. Set number would be like 10. You know what 10 is. A million, a billion, a Google. These are numbers. Infinity is not a number. It's not defined. Infinity is undefined, because we can't define it as a number. So, if we have the steepest line possible, it's known as undefined slope. It's infinite slope, but we don't say M equals infinity because that's technically not correct. I mean, we could do it. It's like slang. M equals, let's do negative infinity, and N equals infinity. Now, this line is tipped over so far, it's just vertical. And so is this one. These are the same slopes. Now, you're not supposed to say M equals negative infinity. You say M approaches, because you can imagine the numbers. You could define the numbers approaching infinity, but you never reach it. So M approaches in negative infinity, M approaches infinity. For our case, we're going to use undefined for infinite slope. Okay, the slope undefined. We'll talk about that more. Don't worry about that.